out of the state funds for the pandemic, they're giving you an additional $400. So they're getting $251, $250, and then at the end of the month they give you another $250 every other month. So the $250 is from the state for the pandemic, and then there's another additional fund that comes from the state that gives me money, maybe $400 for the month. But then every other month I only get $250, and I don't get the other $200. Now I get $23 in the beginning of the month, and then I get money up front from the emergency fund from the state. Now when that shit get cut off, I'm not gonna have no EBT.
Wow.
That's like my friend that I went to at her house yesterday.
Yeah.
3 people didn't show up. Her son didn't bring all his friends. He didn't bring no friends. Hey, yeah, fuck him. Yeah, I'll take the food. How would you see it, right?
Right.
Then she was like, I gotta give her all this food, right? So I said, and I had told her, hey, can I give you a little extra food so I can make it through to Sunday?
Right.
And she said, I don't know, like all these people coming. And then hardly nobody showed up. And then she was like, I bought some Tupperware and other stuff. So she packed me a lot of food to go. So I got mac and cheese, dressing, green, and we didn't have turkey. And she only gave me one oxtail. And she put them away, right?
Right.
And she like, because they were like expensive. She bought it from Costco.
Right.
She paid $47 for a few. She was like, shit, well, nobody gonna get any of these oxtails but me. But we had me one. That shit was good. But when she made a bunch of fried chicken, which I don't eat fried chicken. So she made a ham, but I don't eat ham. So I wouldn't really eat them with me. I would just eat like the side, and then I was cool with that.
Oh, okay. Wow, Charles.
Now my homeboy around the corner, he was in Mexico, right? And he loaned me money at the end of the month, or whenever I'm covered. So he loaned me $200 a day. So I gotta go to San Diego twice next week, and my money don't come until Friday. But that money is already spoken for because I bought the refrigerator and all that shit.
Right.
I got to keep it back. But I calculated everything. It was all my bills. It'll be $52 over. So he gave me the $200. So that $52 gonna go to that, and then my tenants give me the $1,100 on the 13th. So that'll help me. Like I was, me catch up on my car payment and all that and shit. So, I shuffle money around.
Right.
That's what I do. I shuffle money around. And, I took gambles to get more me to do things. Like, with the refrigerator and whatnot. And it's like, this is the time. So, January, I'll be back on my schedule paying all my bills. And pretty much the stuff I'll do, they don't require much. So each month I get like $300-400 that I can play with. That's like to improve the house or whatever. So it takes me a little longer to compile my money to do some things around the house. So like me doing the refrigerator, then when I fucked up my car, that $1,600 fucked me up. So I didn't really get to make the moves that I really wanted to make, but I'm not in the hole. Remember, when I got the surgery, I was behind. So I'm kind of caught up because I didn't have to pay my mortgage from September through December. So now I'll go back on my routine and I start making my payments. in January. So I'll be cool, but I had to make these moves right now because this is what the money was for. That's why I had to hit the refrigerator, and I'm pretty much borrowing on future money, which is like on the third and the third. So then my kids, where's it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be cool. They paid for my mortgage. So the thing I got, like, there's a couple of bills I'm paying in February. So I'm getting charged like $100 some for 6 months. So right now we have 4 months. So December, January, and then I'll be out in February the last payment. And then I'm taking insurance off my phone once I replace it. And then so my bill will be lowered. And then I start cutting the expenses. And then I'm gonna start paying a little extra more on my mortgage so that I can kind of start paying off the house, And I don't know how long, whatever, Social Security or whatever, but that's why I gotta start building my incomes, start bringing a steady wave. My buddy was telling me, hey, why are you on this disability? You can earn for the next 2 years as much money as you can, and you won't be punished, and for Social Security. So I was worried about me making extra money, but he said no, you can make as much money as you can, while you're in this situation. So I'm gonna just try to go ahead and pay and start getting my hustles back up, So I was worried about. I didn't want to lose my disability because that's paying my bills. If I didn't get that disability, who knows if I still would have had my house? You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I'm like, I'm lucky. God took care of me. He humbled me, but at the same time, he took care of me. I got money, this and that. The bills were paid. And he took things out of my life that I didn't need. So I'm cool, man.
All right. Well, that's good. I knew that you could make a certain amount on Social Security. You can still make money, but most people just
They
learn.
want to stay qualified. See, that's where I think that policy keeps talking about dialysis. I think they're trying to cut that. And people are on Social Security, plus they get any medical attention, through Medicare.
Right.
They pay for any doctor's visits, and some people go to the hospital and you don't take. So they look at it as an expense. It comes. So they're like, and the people who are actually behind the ballot is two unions. One is SEIU, which is the people that try to make the providers, like my wife and my caretaker, they try to get them in their union. But it's optional. So those people are not getting in their union. They're like, you ain't taking none of my money. Shit. What for? What are you fighting for me? Why am I paying you for union fees for what? You're not defending me. You're not doing nothing that I don't need you for. So I think because they're not getting that money, they're like, you know what, we need to cut this off. They're trying to say it's like it's expendable. But if you heard the people that are the ballot, they were like, if you cut dialysis, I die. Because right now, the Vita, they run 3 shifts a day, 6 days a week. And then any chair opens up, somebody comes in that chair the next day, paying full price for the chair. And that chair makes the hospitals more money. Get way more money than doing hemodialysis. Then, like, there's another division at the dialysis center where they do in the stomach, the stuff that I had, PE. But, and they're trying to get people to do dialysis at home.
which you
So
say is highly gonna be infectious.
yeah, and it's like people are not that, like when I was doing it at home and I was just doing the stomach catheter, I had my room clean, then I had, the plastic you pay
Right.
so the store. I had it stapled to the ceiling, and I had a section in my room that was blocked off with the plastic. So I would go sit in the chair and do my dialysis, exchange my fluid inside the plastic. So it's like a little bubble. So I'll go in there and do that, and I didn't get an infection at all. And a lot of people, when they do this procedure, that process, they get an infection, and that's usually what happens if you get that infection, you have to go to hemodialysis. They don't want you. It's kind of like you're doing shit and it's unsanitary. That's why a lot of people on hemodialysis, they can't do it at home because their homes are not sanitary enough to do or whatever. I was like, I ain't getting no damn infection. So I created shit out my room, mop the floor, wipe the walls down, put the plastic up, and I use alcohol, bleach, and anything. You know, it's just how you feel about it. Like even when they were giving me shots, it's like I had to be real careful. It's like, wash your hands, change your glove, whatever. Like I ain't listening with you. But you gotta be careful. What if you were sitting there, you was older, and somebody like they go touch the trash can and come back and then want to check, put the needle in your arm? It's like, no, take that glove off. Now, change that shit. And I'll be telling them in a minute. And they know. If I watch, I'm looking the other way. I'll be watching. And my crew is really good at it. But when some the other ones, sometimes they like trying to do stupid shit, slide shit on me. I'm like, change the glove. Then they be like, take for nothing, Charles and shit. They're like, all right, no problem. And then they try to defend themselves and say, oh, I just changed. I said, motherfucker, you touch the keyboard, you touch the trash can, you touch this, that, change the glove. Don't argue with me no more. And I just told them, don't argue with me anymore if I change the fucking glove. If you have a problem, get to another person, don't come over here and help me do nothing. So I settled. And so when I asked for the gloves to be changed, they be like, I ain't saying shit. Like I said, you gotta be your own advocate, kid. Kim. Smack them, you go to high school. You gotta talk to people a certain way, and if they go try to treat you bad, don't go into a county hospital. See motherfucker. They think you low life. Yeah, you treat me a kind of certain way because what you think, my income. That's why I didn't do my surgery. I did it at the top hospital in San Diego. I didn't go to that other fucked up place. I stopped going there. They were trying to send me over there. I'm like, I don't even get blood there. I drive out to fucking La Jolla to do the blood draw. My sister just got pissed, so they was like, they didn't want to drive to La Jolla, but it's only fucking 15 minutes. But because they're so used to going to little places 10 minutes, they didn't want to drive out to the other place. And I'm like, look, motherfucker, I'm giving you gas. Take me. What the fuck is your problem? That's when I started looking at them crazy. I was like, I didn't say nothing. But it was like, when I requested something, I said, if you don't do it, I'll find somebody to do it. Like, I wouldn't argue with it. I was like, yo, I want to go there. I don't want to go to Hillcrest no more. And then I said, I'm giving you gas. And I would say it indirectly, like, not directly to him. But I said, I'm giving you gas, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I don't want to go to Hillcrest anymore. Do you understand? If I have to get Uber or whatever, I'll fucking ride with them. No. If you want to be my care provider, you let me know. This is too much for you. We can do something else. So she understood. And here's the thing, though. I gave my sister, my older sister, the one, I gave her $300. Plus I bought food. Shit I didn't even eat. But she wasn't even giving it to me. But she was cooking it for her and her husband. And I'm like, I didn't say nothing about that. And my other sister was just older than me. She was doing stuff and she was like, she would cook. So I would go to Costco, get my food, and then I would go and warm up. And she was like, well, I just warm it up, no problem. But she would warm up stuff that I can eat. But then her and her husband would eat fried chicken and all kinds of crazy shit. She said, well, we're not on the same dietary restrictions as you. So we eat different. And it's fucked up. And she's overweight. Both of them overweight. So I'm like, so they feel compelled to tell me why they're not eating right. They're like an excuse. And I said, I don't care. You know, like, don't put me in that category. Just live your life. Do what you can do. It was here.
Charles, but you know, if they don't listen, but they may end up just in the same position. See, they can't relate to where you are.
Right, but it's like they know, but nobody gives a fuck. This thing you will be dealing with is when you're trying to give people how to eat right, but they want to eat shit that they think is good. They don't give a fuck about their health. Like you're talking about sugar, this and that. But I said, let's be real. These things got sugar in, and they're lying to you. But what if I tell you straight up, and then you just still go eat the shit that you want? Like that plant-based burger, maybe it's whatever. But then you won't eat it anyway because you like it. You can try to justify that it's good or whatever. But then there's other things that's going on, like this food that you're eating and whatever. And that's why I was like, let's not get into that. That's the political thing that people, it's like politics and religion and food. They think it's good. Like they say, oh, that's no fat. This and that. And I'm like, I don't even want to go into it. And it's like, I can't explain all this to them in a short amount of time. That's why it's like, it's useless. I mean, it's up there. I can try to tell them something, but then just think about it. They eating so wrong, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacking. Everything wrong. Like my wife used to work at Jack in the Box, right? It's like McDonald's. It's on the West Coast. She said there was people that eat there every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at fucking fast food restaurant.
Wow.
And it was documented when the dude said, I'm going to eat 40 days of McDonald's. Right off the menu, no healthy shit. And his organ was about to fail. So, you know, once you, and then those people aren't stuck. They like, and they don't even go to the doctor. They don't even want to know. They're like, I'm cool. Don't tell me nothing. And then, you know, they got this saying. And when I hear that, I'm just like, bye. We're going to die of something. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, you don't need my input on that. Matter of fact, let's stop talking. When you hear your dead call, and I come in and tell you, I told you so. And here's the thing, Kim. There's a lot of guys my age that have been dying of heart attacks and all kinds of stuff. And it's like, but it's kind of like this. Guys, because we're in a fraternity, right? So they kind of see, it's kind of like seeing your comrade fall for help, cancer or whatever. And then you go and you see it firsthand. You're going to see somebody else die, and it's going to wake you up. And then you may change your diet for 2 weeks, but then you never take it serious. You're like, well, I'm okay. So I can do that. I can eat this shit. And when my sister actually was telling me, I can eat this shitty food and I'm all right. I ain't having issues like you are. I was like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna talk to you about nothing about your diet. That is so true.
So she don't know that it's basically she hasn't. I can't see. She hasn't made the connection that it's the food that primarily got you where you are.
No, she don't really give a fuck. She's overweight. She's been overweight all her life, and she has the ailments of my dad. My dad is 93 years old, so he had like this blinking eyes, this and that, but she ain't having those big problems yet. But she's a nurse, so she did some surgeries or whatever, and she's the one that like she obeys everything the doctors say and do. She's a nurse, so we don't see eye to eye. So there's nothing I can tell her anyway about the situation. And it's kind of like, that saying, you can't preach to me because you fucked up anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't speak to her. Matter of fact, we don't see eye to eye, so I don't bring nothing to her. I know what she gonna be. It's like defending a proposition that I disagree with. So I can't argue with her because she's already set in her ways, honestly. Like I was telling my other sister about, I had to be an advocate for myself. But that sister that I'll tell you about, the nurse, she was like, blah, 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 you should listen to the doctor. And I said, that's why I don't bring it up in front of you. I don't talk to you about what I've worked with. Because you don't understand.
So does she not, okay, just say for an example, Charles, there is one doctor, or that every doctor ain't good. You had a C average doctor. So she just, and you being the patient, have experienced some encounters with these doctors that made you feel uncomfortable. They flat out lied to you. They dropped the ball and didn't show up for an appointment, or whatever they did to you that made you feel that they didn't have your best interest at heart. But yet and still, you have prayed that for discernment to be able to live. And because now you oppose how you're being treated, they want you to go along to get along, and you fighting for your life.
Well, that's that one sister, because she knows no better. She's brainwashed by the system. So that's why I totally removed myself from her. And then my younger sister, she's caught up with the UCSD system. So then the older sister, where I went and stayed to recover, she didn't know shit about nothing. She had no input or nothing. So she was diabetic. So she would help me when I was going through the diabetes stuff. So she was doing her thing and saying these things are bad for you. So I was like, you know what? We'll stick to the script right now with her. But the other sisters, they wouldn't know shit about eating diabetic or whatever, because they eat anything. Because they don't have the same ailments that I have.
Right.
See, they got other issues. And they don't see the tie between them. It's like they still eat fried chicken, they eat this, they went and bought a pizza. And it's like, I go home and they eat my shit, and then they eat theirs. And then they go, that they need to explain to me why they were eating the shit that they were eating. We don't have the restriction that you did. Okay, well, I'm not saying anything. I didn't say anything. Your conscience eating you up got you telling me this shit. So when you eat a certain way, people feel that they need to eat similar or good. But they probably lying on the people, telling them I'm eating right, but they ain't eating right. And I'm seeing it. But it is what it is. And my older sister, when I stayed the first time, she was eating turkey ham, turkey bologna, shit like that, sandwich. And she was eating stuff that just totally, you know, she knew she couldn't eat that, but she was eating. And she started making excuses for herself. So the biggest lie that people tell themselves of what they eat day to day. And I don't fault them. And I really just try not to give a shit. To let them know that I don't give a shit. It's like you in front of a priest. The priest, to be honest, but you were lying. You know, half you got lies going on in your life, but you feel compelled to tell the truth. You are this person. So imagine I'm like this, my predicament, but they're playing out their inconsistencies or whatever to me. Like I'm standing there, but I'm really seeing what they eat and shit like that, and they've been bragging that they eat right? And I'm seeing it firsthand that they're not. But I don't say shit. But you know, it's like they eat some chocolate ice cream. You know, I gotta have a little chocolate down here. I gotta drink a little wine, you know, to smooth me out. I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, I don't even say that when they say it. Look at them crazy.
Every now and then, Charles.
Yeah. And that's the stuff that they guilty conscience even more. I'm like, look, I gotta do what I got to do. So do what you gotta do, babe. Eat whatever you eat. I got nothing to do. I got nothing to do. You no point for me. So I mean, what do you do? You bring all this shit up. Oh shit. I'm like, I don't give a shit. And how do you tell somebody that?
Oh, how you tell them, Charles?